Hey guys, this will be the last video I will be doing about Rift, because I'm done with Trion once and for all. I love Rift, and in my opinion it was and still is the best MMO out there. The system and gameplay are simply awesome, and raids are packed with nice graphics and epic fights. And then there is Trion. I cannot really describe Trion nicely. Maybe money grabbing, bullying, childish Nazis? Is that nice? I guess not, but it fits them best. So first things first, if you watch this video to get some information about Rift to make up your mind if you should play it or not, well, I'm gonna spoil it for you, don't play it. Just simply don't. You cannot play alts anymore because the crafting and upgrading system is completely out of hand now. You cannot raid anymore without having to deal with random bugs on every bosses all the time. PvP is dead, well for me at least. They removed all the fun I had in it when they killed it in Nightmare Tide. Everything that was fun to me, like doing PvP dailies in open world, zone PvP events back in Classic Rift, and even the gear progression of PvP got removed. The game community is shrinking more and more every day due to all this, and also due to the piss poor management from Trion's side. So for me, everything that I liked either got removed, or has become so bad that I don't want to keep playing anymore. If you want more details, well then keep watching. I had over 20 pages of text where I went over everything that went wrong in this expansion, about all the dev fails, all the bullshit that was going on behind the scenes, but I simply don't care enough anymore. Every time I go over the text I'm deleting more and more because I simply don't care enough. So I'll just go over a few things and that will be it. So about the shop and all the grinding. They keep adding more and more grind to the game, via world events and gearing upgrades, to appeal to your lazy side and make you consider simply buying the items from the shop for real money. Best latest example is the neck. Now in Rift, when a new tier comes out, you can buy the old tier's gear with money from the shop. It's a free to play game and I guess that's fine. But when tier 3 came out, they added the tier 2 items to the shop, but did not add the necklaces. Why then, you ask? Well, it's simple. If you missed a hit for tier 3 and you need a necklace, you could have bought it for real money or raid marks in the shop if they added it, right? But they knew the world event was coming a month later, so of course they added the necklaces in the boxes that you can buy for money. They release content quite fast, but not when it's finished, only based around what they can sell in the shop. If they can sell some shitty weapons in the shop, trust me, they will release a completely unfinished and broken content without a blink. Like they have done for the past year and a half. Best latest example for this is the end of tier 3 that got released completely broken and unfinished. This was so broken that all the 4 bosses were not working, and one of the bosses got disabled twice already. Now both the last bosses are disabled for about 2 or 3 weeks in total. Why would they release it then, you ask? Well, because the bosses drop weapons. All this because they promised when the game went free to play that you can never buy the best in slot items from the shop for money. And this is the only reason why tier 3 was rushed so much, just because they wanted to add these items to the shop for the holidays. Well, fuck you too, Trion. So next up we have the forums, also known as 1940s Nazi Germany, with Obergemeinschaftsführer Ocho in charge of it. Yeah, this guy. If you dare to post anything there that is not directly agreeing with Trion, or if you point out a fail from Trion's side, you will have your post removed and get instantly banned. So another example for this is the Genesis bullshit. If you don't know what happened, go check out this video. So we wanted to know why this retarded decision was made. Well, I know why it was made, but I wanted to see what excuse they would come up with on the forum. So to clear it up, I posted this, to explain exactly what happened and to avoid this thread getting turned into a guild versus guild, because that's not what it's about. It got removed within 5 minutes and I got banned straight away. But why, I wonder? There is no insults, no naming and shaming, there are only facts. But yeah, deleting posts and banning people is easier than having to come up with some official answer, I guess. And there are many more examples for this, like last year when Trion was supporting and making up excuses for a guild that exploited Crucia. They dragged it so far that Ocho was posting excuses for them on a daily basis, and even Archonix stepped in and just locked all the threads and made up an excuse for them. Instead of just manning up and saying yes they exploited, yes a dev was in the team, remove their kill and their loot, and that would have been the end of it. But no, they just decided to support exploiting, and they went mental and just banned everyone who was speaking against it on the forums. I even got blackmailed into removing this from my Twitch stream, but more to this in a minute. If you want more examples for the forum Nazi regime, simply do a daily check on the first page of the Dungeons and Raids section. And if you just look in the different threads, you will see that it's already filled with complaints and posts about every post getting deleted. I mean, if you insult someone or call Trion Nazis, it's fine to get banned. I mean, they have to keep their Nazi identity secret after all. But all this mindless banning is just, I don't know. And to me it's especially funny because, you know, Trion is located in America, the land of the free. Americans are so proud about free speech and everything. But yeah, as soon as you try to say anything relevant, you just simply get banned. So that was the 1940s German Rift forums for you. Next up we have the incompetent and unprofessional devs working for Trion. So a prime example for this is Archonix. He's always blaming other people for his own fails as a dev. He often bitches about Trion devs or Archonix and tries to blame them for anything that he fucks up. When he cannot blame anyone at Trion, well then of course the blame goes to the players playing the game. And the best example is Genoskoth. One of its mechanics is the crystal coming from the outside of the room to the boss. If no player intercepts that crystal, the boss will pretty much kill your raid. So I'm not a dev, but the first thing I would do when making this fight is make sure that the crystal can only be set up by players, right? Not pets, not NPCs, only players. So the first time we killed this boss, we found out that you could use a defiler beacon to intercept the crystal. So we used it on every second crystal and killed every other crystal. This was not meant to work, but was it an exploit or a dev fail? Well, in my book it's clearly a dev fail. Pretty much all the bosses in this game can be cheesed at least in one way, simply because the bosses are not ready when they get released. So on this specific boss, Archonix of course blamed us, because it cannot be his fault, right? So he went on the forums and made a post where he called us exploiters, and took away our achievement as well. He told us that on Skype a few minutes after making the post. I told him it was more a development mistake than an exploit. Then he started claiming he was being nice and we shouldn't push him. So I replied to him, being called exploiters is nice indeed. He didn't take that well, because you know, having an opinion is not allowed when talking to a Nazi Trion employee. So he instantly kicked me from that Skype channel and even had me banned in-game for a week just for telling him that on Skype. That's kind of an overreaction, isn't it? Of course I didn't get any mail or anything informing me as to why I was banned, so I was quite surprised the next day when I tried to log in. And even after spamming customer support, I didn't get a reply from Trion in over 2 months. And the reason they came up with in the end was major dev harassment. They still could not explain to me why it was dev harassment, but yeah, fuck it. There was a bug on Sikaron where you could remove the contract debuff with a cancel buff macro. Check this video out to see us using it. This had been reported to Archonix many times because some guilds had been using it for weeks, so we went there with our ults and streamed that exploit. He got really pissed and banned the whole raid 30 minutes after we killed it. Everyone got a 1-day ban, well except for me. My ban lasted over 2 weeks. The reason? Fuck knows. Trion Reich doesn't need reasons to do whatever they want all the time. And so I'm getting to the last part of this. The childish, school-like behavior of Trion. They don't act, react or behave like normal grown-ups working for a game company, but more like a bunch of 10-year-olds on a school playground. After 3 days of being banned, I started to spam the customer support for an answer as to why the fuck I was still banned. First of course they blamed it on a bug because it was a system error and I should have been unbanned after a day like everyone else, but yeah, it was an error and I will be unbanned tomorrow. The next day of course I wasn't unbanned, so I contacted them again. Then it came out that Archonix was behind it. Apparently Archonix was butthurt that I had this picture posted on my Twitch stream. What does Trion have to do with Twitch? And why does it concern them what picture I have there? Well, I guess when you are a fat Nazi walrus, everything pisses you off. So Archonix started to blackmail me into removing the picture from my Twitch. But not like a grown-up, mind you, no, like a 10-year-old asking a girl out. He told Archonix to tell Yobi to tell me to remove the picture if I wanted to get my account back. After much convincing, I finally decided to remove it just for the sake of the guild. But of course I was still banned. Then Archonix went full Nazi Führer mode on me. He started to tell Archonix, to tell Yobi, to tell me, you get the idea, to delete every video I had on YouTube where I criticized Trion or any of its devs. Like in this one.
Hey guys, so this is the first kill that actually was not bugged and was actually working as intended. You know, the point of the game in Rift is not beating the bosses, it's beating the dev that is actually really bad at his job.
Of course I told Yobi to tell Archonix to tell Archonix to go fuck himself. I would rather not play the game anymore than get bullied by that fat fuck. So I contacted customer support again and told them I would contact my lawyer. I also linked them the Skype conversations I had from Archonix and Archonix and told them I would drag their asses to court. About a day after customer support got this, Archonix told Yobi to tell me that I didn't have to delete any videos and that my account would be unlocked. And it was. So Archonix, if you're watching this, if you really did all of this, well then fuck you buddy. You should really start behaving like an adult and working professional. However, if this is the first time you hear about this and you have nothing to do with it, then I would like to apologize for what I just said, and I really suggest you would have a talk with Archonix. There are many other things that I wanted to show or say, and many other devs or Archonix related things, but as I said, I really don't care enough anymore. I'm just glad that I'm finally over this game. And this was long enough already anyway. All in all, Rift was a great game. I had the best time I ever had in any MMO in this, but it's a shame that it got ruined by incompetent and money-hungry Trion staff. I get it that a company isn't there to offer you stuff for free, but the point is to make money while watching your product thrive and grow, not to sink it in the ground just to squeeze a little money out of it.
My eyes! Not again! Ow! 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 Ow!
Anoni, Ocho and Archonix are the prime example of what's wrong with Trion. They are unprofessional, emotional 10-year-olds making a lot of retarded and bad decisions. As I said on the forums, Trion needs to stop running their game like it's some mobile app created by some kid in his basement. But just to be clear, I don't know or had any contact with anyone else at Trion. This video is targeted to the Rift team of Trion, not to Trion in general. So that's that. I will be uploading more raiding from whatever MMO I will play next, so stay subbed if you are interested. There is also a real life series that I will launch by the end of 2016, if everything works out as it should. But that's only a project at the moment, so time will tell, I will keep you updated. And that's it. I wanted to thank everyone that I met in the game. If any one of you wants to keep in touch with me, feel free to PM me here on YouTube or use my contact email address. Just send me your Skype and I will add you. Don't try to email me in game or anything, because I expect my account will be banned within 30 minutes of this video going live, because Trion Nazi will not tolerate any criticism. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Did I tell you that when Archonix gave me my account back after banning me and blackmailing me for no reason, he made a deal with me that I was not allowed to criticize Trion in my videos anymore in any way. If I did, I would get permabanned in the game. Yeah, that actually happened. What the fuck. Anyway, I also want to thank all the Terribads and the emo noobs I met in the game as well, like Millennia, Plus, Saya and many more. An MMO wouldn't be as fun if you couldn't piss off real people in it, now would it? Also, to anyone who is looking for game guides, please don't use the Noob Grimm's guides. If you need class guides, either go on the forums or check out Chamberdown's videos. His guides will actually make you become a better player, not make you a worse player like Grimm's guides. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys.